guys, it's your girl Storytime with Miss Ty checking in again. Guess what I got for you guys today? I have Did You Know the Top 6? Did you know the top 6? Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate your support. Let's go ahead without further ado and jump right on in. Hello. Alright. Did you guys know the top fear of all humans? The top 6 fear of all humans, right? Fears. Let's talk about the first one. Social phobia. It's the fear of public speaking, right? So say you guys are, you're at school, you're in college, middle school, high school, whatever school you're in, right? You're even at work, right? And they call on you, Mrs. Bloom. Go ahead, you need to speak on this topic. It's an assignment or lecture. Do you know most people in the world are actually petrified to stand in front of someone else, or an audience for that matter, and speak? That's right, they are. Okay? Also a part of the same number 1 is agoraphobia, which is the fear of open spaces, right? So open spaces is like, say you go to a conference or a concert or something like that, and it has this huge open space. Some people are actually not comfortable with that at all, right? Okay, so of course, to some extent, we are all afraid to show our feelings and emotions in front of others. However, for some people, such fears become obsessive and turns into a phobia. Most of those who suffer from these fears are people with imaginative or systematic thinking. So what they're alleging, what they're suggesting, is that people who feel fears of public speaking or large open spaces are usually people more of the creative type, right? Not more so of the practical type, which is interesting. Okay, let's jump right into number 2. Number 2. Okay, fear, and I know a lot of you guys can relate to this. Okay, even myself. Okay, so number 2. Fear of spiders, rats, cockroaches, snakes, airplanes, monsters, demons, mirrors, and high heels. High heels? What? Really? Really? Okay. The common point of all these phobias is that their root lies in an underdeveloped imaginative type of thinking of those people who have an innate imaginative intellect. Such fears and phobias affect people with an innate imaginative thinking and so-called sensitive nature, such as actors, artists, models, etc. These are people who think in images and emotions rather than in logical terms. Okay, so what they're suggesting here is that if you have fear of all these things, spiders, cockroaches, monsters, demons, and all that stuff, it's because you are more of a imaginative type person, which to me, it means they're suggesting that your imagination is running wild, and I don't know that I agree with this 100%, but I will cite the source to these statistics at the end of this video. Okay, so let's move on. And by the way, leave a comment, guys. Tell me, what's your fear? Are you brave enough to tell me what you're scared of? I might tell you guys, okay? But will you guys share yours with me? Hello. And if you are brave enough to share your fear with me, leave it in the comment below and let me know what your fear is and when you think it started for you or something else like that, because I love to read the comments. Okay? Okay. Another big fear. Number 3 is the fear of death. You heard me right. Fear of death. Okay? This fear is common in the hypochondriac and anxious people. Hypochondriac does mean anxious, by the way, in case you guys did not know. It means very excitable, easily excitable, anxious, right? Who have a rich imagination. Such people are the main subject of the fear of death and other similar phobias. Fear of enclosed spaces, fear of blood, fear of height, fear of corpse, and fear of pain, right? So I think on some degree, everybody has these fears, you know, like fear of pain, but some people, when they become almost like obsessed with it and they just continue to allow it to consume like every part of their being, like the average person probably wouldn't think about these things so much unless they were in a position where they had to kind of think about them. But there are some people who have phobias where they make that the center of their world, okay? And for them, I send them light and love, yeah? Okay. So number 5 is the fear of death. And if you're one of those people out there who say, oh, I'm so scared to die, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what your opinion is as well. Okay? So, the next one is fear of loneliness. You heard me right. Fear of loneliness. I don't want to be alone. That's what some people fear. Some people's biggest fear is not having a companion. And a companion does not have to necessarily mean an intimate companion. It could be a lover, a mother, a friend, just somebody who's going to be a child, right? Just somebody who's going to be around you where you don't have to experience this here thing alone. So some people fear that like really bad. Even people with autism who are characterized by the complete isolation and antisocial behavior are afraid of complete solitude. The basis of this fear has to do with the fact that everyone aspires to be happy, but since initially humans are social animals, it implies that we can feel only when being a part of society. So, basically, you have some people who are naturally, they say, I'm a loner, right? And even loners at heart, right? So, like, say they like to go to their day alone and they're not going to be a part of your social crowd or circle and all that, that's fine. But at the end of the day, they may be the type of person who wants to have someone to come home to. You know what I mean? Someone to love. And even if not someone, maybe something, perhaps a pet, right? They don't want to be completely alone. So even if I don't want to have a lover or all this other stuff, maybe they just want to have their dog or their cat, and they're fine that way, right? It happens. And if you guys have experienced anything like this, or you guys know someone who's going through this, or you've heard anything about it, please make sure to join me and leave me a comment below because I'd love to read it. Okay, and then the next one is the fear. I passed it. Oh, I missed one, guys. There are germophobia, which is the fear of bacteria and microorganisms. So you ever see some people who is they're like big germaphobes? They're always washing their hands. They're always wiping something down. All that other stuff. Oh my God. So let me tell you guys a really quick story. So one day, I'm at work and somebody was being introduced to me from another office. Say something like that, in their corporate office. Anyways, and I shook the person's hand, and the person shook my hand. And right after they shook my hand, they immediately applied hand sanitizer and start washing their hands. Now, I don't know how you guys feel, but for a person like me, oh my God, if you're going to apply hand sanitizer, then I should be too. Right? Crazy little story. But anyways, person could have been a germaphobe. They could have been the person who just, you know what? There could have been something on anyone. I could be anyone. Okay? Not, there's nothing special about me opposed to how they feel about everyone else, generically. And that could have been the reason for why they immediately did their hands. But those things are real. They exist. And if you know somebody who's like that, I'd love to hear about it. Leave me something below. Okay? So, I think that is my top 6. That's all I have for you guys today. And my source for this is learningmind.com. That is learningmind.com. So if you guys want to hear about other top human fears, please go ahead and visit that site and figure out what go ahead and invest your time there. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I would love to hear about any other fears, top human fears that you guys can think of that you want to share. Please feel free to add to the conversation. There's always another story to be told. But for now,